The following video is a production of the Martian Artifact Research Society and should be considered to be in the public domain. Please treat it as such. Please feel free to copy and redistribute at will. Research and opinions expressed in this video are not necessarily those of NASA or JPL, although they should be. This is the original source photo from Spirit Sol 676 panoramic photos. This is one that contains what I call the box artifact, which I did a video on earlier. Today we're going to discuss a lot of objects, and I don't have a lot of time in 10 minutes to do this, so we're going to have to move right along. So on the next slide we'll see the first set of objects. Okay, we're seeing a series of objects here. We have our flashing arrows. We'll start with upper right hand arrow. This is like a hood that's empty inside, except there seems to be an object on top of the roof. If you look just to the right of it, you see a rounded side piece. Does not look rockish at all. I believe this is a vent of some sort. But we have two more such objects that are dissimilar, but they both contain things inside them. I've tweaked the lighting in order to show this. At the red arrow, we have more of a rectangular type opening. The green arrow, we have an irregular shaped opening, but there's something inside it. All three of these are hollow. And we're going to take a look next at a couple other things right here. None of these are quite natural looking. Continuing on, if you look at the one at the orange arrow, that's lower left corner, we can see that this is apparently a hollowed out hole. Does not look natural, looks very smooth inside. I believe it leads to some sort of ductwork underneath the soil. Could very well be, as do most of these actually. If you look at the light pale blue arrow above that, we have another strange object. Doesn't look like rock. I believe it's yet another vent. So there we have 5 hollow objects, and the lower right hand corner one makes 6 with that blue arrow. That little triangular thing, that is hollow as well. Hollow rocks are rather a rarity, to say the least. I don't think we're looking at rocks here. These are artificial objects, no question about it, but it gets better from here. Okay, now we're going to look real quick at an object, red arrow. It kind of looks like one of those little parabolic dishes you might see, like an indoor antenna or something. It appears to be on top of that one hollow object I pointed out earlier that has whatever it is that's inside it. Like I said, I believe it's a vent. The parabolic thing could be part of the background. It could just be a rock beyond the object. I don't think so, but it could be. So there we have something that's strictly at curiosity level, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. We'll go to the next slide. Now we're going to look at a very heavy, large, blocky object, a red arrow. Looks pretty much squarish. It's sticking out at an angle, has a little bite taken out of the corner, apparently a hole. Whether that was designed like that or not, I don't know. My thinking is that this is some sort of a structural support, possibly related to the other object, the box artifact that I've shown before. This On the other hand, it may be hollow. There's a dark area underneath it, so it may serve a different function other than some structural support like I was thinking. Does not look natural. I don't see how anyone can call that object natural. Everything about it speaks artificial, part of a building, that type of thing. So I don't think this is natural by any means. Two possible vents. One, the pink arrow appears to be the type that sticks up out of the ground and then kind of arches over and has a rectangular hole in it, that type of vent. The one at the red arrow, similar in many respects, but it seems to have more of a volute round opening. At that distance, it's difficult to tell, but I thought I'd bring those up and show those. This one's going to be a tough one to see. I had to adjust the lighting again. This looks like a tiny little tower, something standing up on legs. I'm a little bit baffled by it. Cylindrical on top. I pointed out two of the legs with the red arrows. I believe the other leg is behind it. And I show the cylindrical top. Don't know what it is. Take a look at this object. A rectangular object with crossbars going over it. Definitely not natural. Possibly those are little pipes or possibly wires. Kind of a cage-like deal. I'm really not sure. Does not look natural. Cannot be natural. It is not a rock. Alrighty, I'd say the best for last. This object is more or less rectangular, looks very old, looks like very worn down. It has four openings, which I had tracing on there. The arrow points right towards it. This object sits on a semi-cylindrical base of some sort. That itself has a groove or a slot in it. None of that's natural. Obviously, you don't have vertical rocks with four holes in them like this thing has. And at least three of the holes seem to be rectangular. Does not happen in nature. This is a premier object. This is not natural. This is proof. We don't need anything more than this. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. I'm asking the public to pressure your representatives, pressure NASA to reveal exactly what they found on Mars, Moon, and so forth. I'm not satisfied with what I've been told that we're all seeing rocks and dirt. I'm very sorry, but the facts don't support that type of claim. I don't know where it came from anyway. We're not seeing a cold, dead planet as we're told. This planet at least had an alien civilization on it. And we're still waiting for NASA to come and tell us the truth. What did you find, NASA? Tell us, tell us, tell us. I want everybody to call their representatives right now and demand the truth.